Oh, there's so much on my plate. I got it. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty. Three, two, one, go.
The recording has started.
Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB Tubies. It is the 29th of June, 2022, and I greet you in agape love. That is the love that Jesus Christ wanted for all of us. And before we do anything, KTFA stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. So I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer, and we're going to start our UB Tubi tonight. Tonight, our UB Tubi is the first 45 minutes is to promote Anovite, colostrum. This is one of the best things that the human body uh, can consume and use. It helps you with your immune system, and you're going to hear some beautiful testimony tonight. And also, you're going to hear about the opportunity for the business as well too. When we are done, we will then switch over to the study of our investment, the Iraqi dinar. And as you can see, the title of our UB2B tonight is a Novate promo and a new world rate. We have a lot to share with you tonight. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from it. Forgive me for my sins as I forgive those that sin against me. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. 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 John from Anovite and your special guest. Are you there?
I am here, Frank.
It's good to
Can
be
you
with
hear me?
Yes, sir. It's good to be with you. God bless you, my friend. And you take the floor, and when you're done, you let me know, okay?
Will do.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Indeed. Thank you.
And good evening, KTFA family. As always, it is such a pleasure to get to speak to you about Anovite. I'm John Brewer. I am an independent representative with Anovite. And, these products are just wonderful. Anovite means a new you in Latin. And my wife and I take these products daily, and we totally believe in them. And we are blessed to have our founder and formulator of Innovate, Dr. Anthony Kleinsmith, with us. And we also have our leading money earner, Shannon Pardue, is going to speak later about the wonderful opportunity that you can have with Innovate. And so, and at the end, for those that would like to try the product, we are going to do some giveaways of some samples, and we will tell you how to do that at the end of our portion. So with no further ado, I would certainly love and take great pleasure in my friend and the founder and formulator Innovate and the world's foremost authority on bovine colostrum, Dr. Anthony Kleinsmith. Are you with us, Doc?
I am. John, how you doing today?
Absolutely wonderful.
Fantastic. It's always good to start out the way that this was started. So, thank you for that. Now, I understand that you want me to go into some of the products, but how about just a little bit of background? Because so many people out there, and I've met a lot of these folks, they just kind of throw some things together and almost kind of hope for the best a little bit. Well, folks, my background, I have a double PhD in nutrition, and we try to do things here at Innovate that are very different. What I mean by that is I started out with colostrum in 1991, I did a lot of work with Dr. Donald Lyon, Dr. Al Fox. Dr. Lyon was from Cornell University. Dr. Al Fox was from Rutgers. And over the course of the last 32 years, we have actually had over 140 international editorials written about us on all sorts of different topics, whether it be specific issues with your health or generic things like, hey, I want to gain weight. I know that sounds strange, especially for bodybuilders. It's not. It's actually very normal. But also how to lose weight. Well, all of this comes from a substance that I started working with in 1981 called colostrum. And just so that everybody is aware, we are not just a colostrum. We are the only colostrum certified by Cornell University to be 6-hour true colostrum and not what they call transitional milk. Because colostrum only, from a bovine, only comes in and it's held for a very specific, very short window of time, about 6 to 8 hours at most. Where if you look at all the other colostrums, they'll call it first milking. But when was that actually taken? Well, it could be 24 hours, it could be 48 hours, but by 72 hours, we're buying it off the shelf. It's called milk. Well, this first substance has some unbelievable opportunity for each and every one of us, literally. And not just for those of us who are on the human side, but for our four-legged family members as well. If you look at colostrum, it has 4 corners. It's kind of like a baseball diamond. At the top of that diamond, you have what they call the whole food natural growth factors, led by the captain of the ship called IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. A lot of folks have heard about HGH, right, human growth hormone. And that's kind of my background. And I will tell you from the Elcas-Terry human clinical trials, does it work? It absolutely helps you to stay young. Mm-hmm. But it was also synthetically created. Whereas with colostrum, it's created by the good Lord above. And as long as you don't manipulate that substance, remove the fat or manipulate proteins, you're going to have this whole food super growth family in a whole food form like nothing else on the planet. At the bottom of that diamond, at the bottom of that baseball diamond, you have over 100 plus different immune factors. Now, if you walked into a hospital and said cytokines, leukocytes, macrophage, they're going to ask you what disease you may be walking around with. Why? Because they use some of those things, actually a lot of those things. Now, they create a synthetic version, but a whole food form is what's found in colostrum because it jumpstarts not only that baby calf's lifespan, but we also get it as a human being. And guess what, folks? Colostrum from a bovine and colostrum from a human mother are bioidentical. Colostrum from a bovine just has a much more higher potency than some of those different factors. Now, if that's all it was, I kind of like to call the IGF-1 superfamily the cleanup crew, right? The anti-aging crew. If it was just that, you'd have an unbelievable product. I know, because there's a $1 billion industry out there called anti-aging using synthetics. But then you throw in those immune factors on the bottom of that diamond, and you get into an unbelievable opportunity, a plethora, if you will, of benefits of taking a body that may be unbalanced, put those natural growth factors in there that act like the cleanup crew, but then also those immune factors help you defend yourself. They help to modulate and put you more into a balanced state. Well, then on one side of that diamond, you have essential factors. Now, these are things that some of you have probably heard of, many of them, but we don't actually produce them. We have to bring them from the outside in through our foods. And today, with our foods, the way they are nutritionally deprived, we just aren't getting what we used to. These are things like essential fatty acids, essential amino acids, essential glyconutrients. Glycos mean sugars. Well, those glyconutrients are the things that tell our cells what, when, where, why, and how to do something. Now, on the other side of that diamond, we have the metabolic factors, and what I like to call the basics: vitamins, minerals, enzymes, protease inhibitors, trypsin inhibitors, all sorts of other good things. Well, that baseball diamond concentrates 700 plus different individual components. And from that one substance, from mother's first milk, we've been able to take that baseball diamond and turn it, right? Yes, we have those four corners, and in between each corner are multiple substances there as well for our benefit. But what if I wanted to help you stay young? I want to give more of those natural growth factors. Well, what if you are suffering from having your body at a disadvantaged state? Well, I want to give you more of the immune factors, right? Or modulators. But don't leave out, hey, I want to lose some weight. And those are those metabolic factors. Or I just want to feel like $1 million. And those are those essential factors. Well, from there, from this whole food, and we have, like I said, over 130, 140 international editorials written about us. We have the Chemical Toxin Working Group out of California that's endorsed us. We have, my books have always done pretty well around the world. Take that substance, though, and start adding a few things to it. Because the first place that colostrum does its magic, puts us into a balanced state, is the gut. Well, if you can make the gut work better, feel better, absorb more, well, you're on the road to wellness. Well, in 1998, I started working with a substance called fucoidan. Then I added fucoxanthin and zeolites and a few other things, and we made it effervescent and isotonic. Think about it being mobile with effervescent, bubbles and boils. Isotonic, think about it as your body being a magnet and trying to pull in the good nutrients that are found within Limu-Z. Well, Limu-Z, folks, where colostrum is kind of a shotgun approach to wellness, Limu-Z is very focused. It works on your endocrine system, glandulars, your immune system, your nervous system. That's where your cell-to-cell communication starts to happen, right? But also it works on the pineal or your aging system. Well, put that into a substance similar, not like Gatorade, but similar to Gatorade, so that literally your body pulls it in. And what you start to notice is focus, energy, your systems start to balance out. And then we have another one, which has become interesting for me. We have a substance called Seismic 6. Seismic 6, folks, is for anybody out there who wants more energy, wants more mental focus, the tune of a 35% increase in that mental focus side, but have it be healthy. All of these different things come from that foundational building block called colostrum. Another one that I know that is something that there are three things that if I were to go to if I was, stranded on an island, and I get this question, or I used to get this question quite a bit, and somebody would say, Dr. K, if you got shipwrecked, what would you have on that boat to sustain yourself with? Well, one is colostrum. Believe it or not, folks, that's what we all were given when we were babies, or for the most part, all of us. Some people weren't breastfed. But that little substance can actually keep you alive even today as an adult. I would definitely have Limu-Z because I want to make sure that my thinker, my brain, my cognitive functionality is at a point where I want to make sure I have the energy and the focus and the drive, and I'm healthy to get off that island. There's another seismic, boy, that gives you the energy. You want to get everything done. It's good for the adrenals, it supports the adrenals, it supports the liver, it supports your heart, and it absolutely is cognitive, meaning you are going to be exceptionally focused. But there's one other that I would want to have on that island with me, and that's called OxyQuest. Now, OxyQuest is a sustained oxygen using isotopes so that when we bonded this liquid oxygen, through the digestive process, you release that oxygen. Now, you want to have literally every single cell that makes up who you are has to have it. If you start starving or deplete oxygen, you have cell die-off, you have organ die-off, you have brain die-off. So I support those 4 products if I were to land on an island where I couldn't get off, because those 4 things are going to help me stay focused. They're going to give me the energy that I want to do. They're going to give me the mental prowess, the mental agility to think of a way to get off that island. They're going to keep me healthy. And they'll feed me. Well, all of these things are based around colostrum. And that's what I've been known for 32 years. With Anovite, it means a new you. Like John said at the beginning. It comes from Latin, Anovite. And a new you is not necessarily one direction, right? A new you is any direction that you wish to improve upon in your life. And that's what our products are designed to do. They're building blocks to give you the wellness. I know a lot of folks who are very wealthy, and they would give up all their wealth when their health goes south. Because you can have $1 million sitting in a bank account, but if you can't get out of bed, or if you don't have the energy to approach the day, what's it worth? Here's where we're also very unique. We actually are an FDA, USDA, certified, registered, and inspected production facility. I used to sell them to health stores. I don't do that anymore. Most of the products that are sitting on those shelves are called white labels, meaning some other marketing company bought it from some contract manufacturer and slapped their label on it. But folks, I don't do any contract manufacturing for anybody. The only products I make are the folks that take Anovite products. And we make everything ourselves, which gives me a lot of power to ensure that individual components that I put into my formulations are the absolute best. I do not have to scrimp and save. We don't have a third party involved. We do all of our own shipping even. So, that said, when you take an Anovite product, I can promise you're going to get the best that your wellness deserves. John?
Doc, thank you so much. And it is always great to get to listen to you, because I always learn more and more. And just so appreciate you being here this evening. And folks, we have with us Mr. Shannon Pardue, who is a great friend. And as I say, he is our leading money earner in Anovite. And Shannon is going to explain our unique and wonderful business opportunity. There's a lot of people out there that might want to feel better, and you can be better both physically and financially with Anovite. And with that said, Shannon, are you with us?
I'm here, John. Thank you so much. And Doc and Frank, good to be on with you guys this afternoon, and everyone that's watching or listening in to the Zoom today or listening on the recording. Folks, I don't think anything happens by chance. I think there's a reason that you plugged in this evening, and there's an old saying, mine's like a parachute. It works better when it's open. So I encourage you, we've got to be skeptical today, because there's so much out there in the world, physically and financially, so to speak. But you never know when one idea or one concept may change things for you. And I know that for us, a couple of things have happened through our lifetime that were truly life-changing. I know we can all look back and see certain times that occurred. And, when we met our spouse, or, when we accepted Christ, and, depending on your life and where you are today, when you made your first fortune, so to speak, or you became financially independent. We all have those moments in time that things changed, and we knew they were going to change. And, for us in our life, when I met my beautiful wife, and met that person that we were equally yoked, and we had goals and dreams, and we both cared about our family. We wanted to make sure that our family, our churches, our community was okay, and we wanted to be in a position of financial independence. And we were in the construction industry, which is what I was raised in, and in the cattle industry as well. And we were raised working hard. My wife was from a family of 7 girls, and her mom and dad, he was a teacher and a coach, and lost her fourth daughter to cancer at the age of 3, and went into traditional business, opened a small tire muffler shop, and for 30 years he worked 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, and went to church on Sunday and choir practice on Wednesday night. Other than that, he didn't hunt, didn't fish. He literally worked, taking care of his family. Paul says in Scripture that he that doesn't take care of his own is worse than an infidel. And I believe we would all agree that most folks today are doing everything they can do to take care of their families. And friends, we were like everybody else. Our top prayer request in our home every night was the same as everyone else's. I've asked ministers for over 20 years, and it's always, number one, it's always health. We all are more concerned about our family's health and well-being. As Frank started out, and Doc and John all mentioned that all the money in the world does us no good without our health, and we all agree with that. But right behind that, the second most frequent prayer request for families around the world today is financial security. Money's neither good or bad. It's just a tool, and it's something that we have to have as long as we're on this earth. And if we look at it as a tool, we've got to have access to that to be able to do the things that we want to do. Fund the charities that are important to support our church, support our family and our communities. And so what I encourage you to do tonight is think from this perspective. If there was a way, truly by helping others and making a difference in other people's quality of life, and you were rewarded as a byproduct of helping others, would you be open to that? Another way to think about it is this. There's nothing wrong with success at the service of other people. If you can find a way to serve others and your family is blessed with success as a byproduct of service, everyone wins. And I love win-win situations, and I'm sure you would say that you do too. And friends, I've never seen a win-win that comes close to our Anovite opportunity. Just very quickly, and I'm going to flip it back over to John and Frank, but just very quickly, our background, grew up in cattle construction, met my beautiful wife, prayed that we would find a way to be financially independent, support our families. I shared my father-in-law's story with you there. My wife and I were working in the construction industry, borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars, building homes in our 20s, trying to do what? To get ahead, to make sure our family and our in-laws were all okay financially. No matter what came along, we wanted to be as prepared as possible. And things rocked along, and a friend called me and shared an opportunity with me, and actually invited me to come to his home and take a look. I didn't know what I was looking at, but I trusted him just like you trusted who invited you tonight. I didn't understand everything, but I did get a glimpse into the power of this industry when done correctly. And for time, we're not going to go into a lot of detail, but the reality is that the home-based business industry is one of the most powerful industries in the world for real families and individuals to be able to make a difference financially in their life. You see, most people, whatever they're making in their traditional job or career is barely getting them by. Whatever they're making, they're spending a little more typically. And in order to truly get ahead and put money up and get out of debt and be financially independent, we have to find a way to cut expenses or increase our income. Only 2 options. Well, I encourage everybody, we always take a look at our expenses and what we can do today more than ever before with inflation and where we are. But what if we could work something into our current lifestyle and help others, and during that process of helping others, increase our family's income? So, friends, as Dr. Tate said, he owns a facility. I spent months getting to know him. I got started in the industry 25 years ago, was able to leave the traditional business world in less than a year, became financially independent, and have been blessed beyond measure. Not just for us, but my family. We built this as a family business. My father-in-law and mother-in-law, my in-laws, my parents, my sister-in-laws became financially independent, and literally thousands of friends. We've helped people all over the world achieve financial independence. We love this industry. But by the same token, there's positive and negatives in everything. And we also, being at the top of the industry, saw things that were challenges for most people. And we wanted to be part of a company that truly wanted to be the gold standard, that wanted to do things differently, that truly had an honest, ethical owner, that would not compromise the integrity of his product or the business just for a couple of extra bucks. And friends, as I got to know Dr. K, he was that guy. I know a lot of owners in the industry, a lot of good guys out there, but nobody came close to the passion and conviction that Dr. Kleinsmith has. He truly has a passion for helping others. That's why I got into nutrition and health, to help others live a better life. And he's always been an entrepreneur, so he understands from an entrepreneurial perspective. Products that were unequaled. You know, in 2 weeks, my father-in-law said it felt like somebody sprayed his joints with WD-40. My focus and clarity with Limu Z, literally within 20 minutes, I could see it and feel a difference. And I've always been the guy that told people give anything 90 days nutritionally. But friends, as Dr. K told me, when you put perfect food in your body, you're going to see some things happening pretty quickly. And his price point, because he's a manufacturer, were fair. If you're looking for a legitimate opportunity long term, you got to be competitive in the real world in every market, not just in the network marketing industry. Friends, we wanted a product that I could look my friends in the eye and say, your family needs to know about this, whether or not you ever look at the opportunity. And friends, we found that with Anovite, and a business plan and a model that was designed for real families and real people to succeed. If you failed in this industry, or maybe you've never really given that a shot, but you're intrigued, friends, you've got to have a team and support. You got to folks that know what they're doing. You got to people that are willing to coach you and train you and team up with you. You've got to have a company willing to stand behind you and stand behind the fact that most companies just say, good luck, go get them. A company says, no, that's not good enough. We're going to do it differently. We're going to give you training and support. In fact, we're going to make it so simple that anyone has a legitimate chance. Friends, you know, Dr. K shared a little bit about our products, and if nothing else, I know that you want to know more and try our products, and John and Frank are going to be able to get you some, they're going to do some samples and that sort of thing, and we can help you do that and get you whatever information you need. And the minimum, I encourage you to get started on these products. Give them a shot. There's a money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. But if you're intrigued as I was about where we could go with this industry and how we could take these products and truly make a difference in a bigger way, it's free to become an associate at Anovite. Yes, that's right, free. Doesn't cost a dime. There's no yearly renewal. Most companies make most of their money on upfront money and renewals and large purchases. We don't do that here at Anovite. You get a free marketing site. We have a tremendous prospecting system, custom designed for our folks, where you can reach out to people in a comfortable fashion. You know, the reality is that if you're not comfortable reaching out and you're not passionate about and believing in what you're doing, you're not going to be successful anyway. And friends, we've got you covered here with Anovite. We've got simple text and emails and very simple things you can share. And the information is there in videos and short websites that will give your friends information that they need on their own time and their own schedule. So you're never going to lose a friend or feel like you're pressuring someone. You know, something really simple that I love to do with our Seismic 6 product, which is our healthy energy product. That's one of the most frequently asked questions doctors get today is, how do I get my energy? We have a very simple system, text and email, or you can do it in person. But it says, hey, John, what are you doing for energy? You know, I don't know if you'd benefit from this or not, but I found something that's absolutely incredible. I love it. I got energy all day, focus and clarity, but most importantly, I'm doing something great for my body. I feel good about drinking Seismic 6 every day. Check out the link below, and I'll be glad to get you a free sample and let you try it. That's how simple it is to share. If John is looking for energy, which 9 out of 10 people are, you haven't pressured him, you haven't tried to talk him into something, you simply shared a link and offered a free sample. Yes, friends, our company gives you free samples to share. With Seismic or our colostrum or Limu Z, our key products and core products we talked about today. And we've designed this system where you literally can get free samples for life as you continue building your business. Friends, it's simple, it's effective, it's free to get started with free samples with a money-back guarantee on your product. By the way, your first order has free shipping even, and all your recurring orders as well. With professional level training and support, but most importantly, people who truly care. I've been doing this a long time, and my goal has always been After the first year in this industry, when I felt like I beat my head against the wall trying to figure things out, my goal was always this, that anyone that joined our company and part of this company and part of our team, and I speak for all the leaders here at Anovite, and Dr. Klein Smith I know as well, our goal is if you become a part of the Anovite family and you do not succeed, you will only have to look in a mirror and say, I just simply didn't do it. Because I had everything I needed to succeed at whatever level I chose to. Friends, we love to say this here at Anovite, and we mean this. Our goal is really simple, to help you and your family make the rest of your life the best of your life. We have an incredible owner who truly is passionate about helping people, world-class products, whole foods that truly make a difference in the impact of people's lives, with free shipping, free money-back guarantee, and it's free for someone if they would like to become an associate. And we're truly helping people succeed at the service of others. So, friends, I'll leave you with this thought. I don't know where you are physically. I don't know where you are financially, but I do know this. What you've just heard about tonight and got a glimpse of could be the answer, whether it's physically, financially, or both. Do your homework. Get your questions answered. We'll be glad to jump on the phone with you. There's no bad question, but make an informed decision. Keep an open mind, and my question is, what if? What if when you go to bed tonight and you're praying for your family's health and you're praying for financial security, what if you've just heard the solution? This could be the answer. We'd love to have you become part of the Anovite family. Frank, John, Doc, thank you guys all so much, and you guys, I'll turn it back over to you. Take care, and God bless.
Hey, Shannon, as always, thank you so very much. And folks, if you're interested in placing an order, because as we said, first-time orders, you have a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'd like you to give the products at least a month, month and a half. You want to give it a chance to see if it does something. But if you feel like after using the product on the first-time orders, Doc will give you your purchase price back. And but you can go to frank26.anovite.com to take a look. And if you want to place an order, it's right there. And tonight, Doc is so generous to give us samples to send out. And Frank is kind of that. He's got a number of samples. And if you want to try the product, I'm John Brewer, by the way. You can text me at 479-414-5387. Now, if you want to try our Limu and colostrum, you can text Limu. If you want to try our new Seismic 6, text Seismic. And we're going to give away 12 samples. So if you will text that, if you'd rather email, my email is the number 71south@gmail.com. And don't hesitate to call if you have questions. We're here to get those questions answered or to give you help in any way. And with that, we certainly appreciate everyone being here. And Frank, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, all of you that were with us tonight. I really appreciate your testimony and your explanation of the product. Family, as you all know, we've been together on a journey, haven't we? Not only the study of the Iraqi dinar, but for the last 2.5 years, you have seen me battle cancer. You have seen me battle cancer, and you've seen me turn to our Heavenly Father through Jesus Christ. And He has answered all my prayers for my health. I was healed on the cross 2,000 years ago. One of the things that I am doing is that I take colostrum. Right now, unfortunately, I'm being hit with chemotherapy. In fact, my face is a little puffy right now because of my last session that I just had. But I'm still with you. I'm still with you because it's important to share the information about Anovite and what has just been released in our study of the dinar. I take Anovite because it's a probiotic and it helps me tremendously. The bad thing is that right now, the chemotherapy doctors told me, you can't take Anovite. I said, why not? It's too powerful. Seriously? Yeah. That's colostrum. No, we're killing all the bacteria inside of you right now, good or bad. Please don't take a Novate right now. Wait till we're done with your chemotherapy. And then that's exactly when we want you to take it. The reason why is because when I'm done with chemotherapy, I have to rebuild my immune system. Colostrum. Literally the very first thing that was put on my lips that went into my digestive system because of my mother. Colostrum. The Holy Bible talks about how Jesus was taken to the temple on the 8th day to be circumcised. And in my opinion, it's because it took at least 1 week for the mother's milk to establish an immune system. Fascinating, isn't it, when you understand things better? I want to thank you, John, and I want to thank you, the gentlemen that you brought, because these guys not only told us about the product, but they also told us that there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity. Dr. Kleinsmith, Shannon, John, tonight, family, did everything possible to try to explain to you the product has got great potential. Great potential when you share it with others. Let them try it. What is it, 90-day guarantee? How can you go wrong with that? 90-day guarantee. And if you don't feel different, you don't feel better, get your money back. But I'll bet you won't ask for your money. You'll ask for another bottle. Thank you, John. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Dr. Kleinsmith. If you gentlemen are still on, sincerely from the bottom of...
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
Thank you. Sincerely from the bottom of my gut. I thank you all for sharing the opportunity and the product with us. John, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I just again wanted to thank you. I love your product. I love what it does for me and for many people that call us with great testimonies. You go right ahead, my friend. You go right ahead and give away as many samples. Family, we showed you his phone number. We showed you his email. Okay, now if you didn't, here, get a pencil and paper, write this down, and get a hold of John. Not limited, but it's enough to take care of a lot of you. If you want to try these products, please feel free to get a hold of us. You know, they have something called limo. Limo in Hawaiian actually means a seaweed. You know, the thing about seaweed is that it comes from the ocean. I don't use table salt. I find table salt to be very toxic for my health. I use either Himalayan salt or I use Hawaiian sea salt. Guess why? Because it has many minerals that are not found in your daily food, especially with our farmers. Our land is destroyed. We can't even get fertilizer to put energy in our food. Anyways, I'm very, very grateful to you gentlemen and all of you that are listening tonight. If you have any desire to learn about this product or the business, John, get a hold of him, or you can call me. My name is Frank. I go by Frank26 on the internet, and my phone number is 419-283-2552. 419-283-2552. Once again, thank you, Dr. Kleinsmith, Shannon, and John. We'll see you guys in the future again. Alrighty, well now, family, we are now switching over to part 2 of our study tonight. Really, Freedom?
They're gone.
You're gone because there is no such a claim. There is no such a claim. And why would you come in here and be a whoremonger? We don't need those rumors. Go away, please. He's been removed?
Yep.
Thank you. Whale, what time is it? Let's see. 6:38. Maybe I can finish by 7:15, okay? I'm exhausted. Chemotherapy really does that to you. But family, I've decided to come to be with you tonight. What happened on Monday? Oh, and by the way, can you give me a thumbs up? Please, can you give me a thumbs up? It doesn't take much effort. Just kind of take your thumb or your index finger and go like this. There you go. Give me a thumbs up if you would, because I've learned that is really, really helpful. Also, I've noticed if you are willing, if you wish to give us any financial donations, we work hard for our money. We work hard. And tonight I'm hoping that you will be proud of what we share with you. This whole conference call is in my opinion. But you know what? No. This whole conference call is in the opinion of the Central Bank of Iraq. And tonight I have a new word to introduce to you. What's the title of our UB2B? What's the title of our UB2B with the study of the dinar? What's the title? And while we're waiting, I want to thank Doris. Thank you, Doris. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. I want to thank DJ. Thank you, DJ, for your contributions. I really appreciate when you guys help us out financially. Again, we work hard for our money, and we work hard to be here, regardless of my health. Alrighty, so let's get started. Now, the very first thing that you need to do, you are a member of my forum, ktfalways.com. You are a member, right? Okay, good. You're not? Well, you should be, because you need to get in there right now. For all of you that are part of ktfalways.com, get in there right now. Get to the final article thread. Go to page 82. That's where we're about to do our work. Now, let me get there myself while we're at it. Thank you, Vicky. God bless you, Vicky. Thank you very, very much. Okay, let me get this down and now close this page. And now we go up. And final articles. Oh, it's actually 83. I think we're going to need to start on page 82. Hang in there with me. I have a lot of tabs on my computer that are open, and it kind of slows down my computer a little bit. Okay, 80, yeah, you know what? 82. Go to 82, page 82. And go down towards the bottom, because that's kind of where we'll be picking up. You're looking for a solid red article. Ah, there it is. It is final article number 1641. Okay, Tink, we ready to move our camera? Okay, first I move this. I have to have that angle, if that's okay with you. So, we're in the final article thread, ladies and gentlemen, and we're in final article number 1641. This is very acute. This is very, very spot on. You see, family, 3 weeks ago, we told you about the ATM machines, and a few days later, you read about them. And now we have been telling you in these last few weeks that the CBI is telling the Iraqi citizens about the new small category notes and about a new exchange rate that is coming for those new small category notes. And we have done everything possible to help you along the way by teaching you do not pay attention to anything from Parliament in Iraq. Those are the fake media, fake politicians from Iran that forever, for decades, have been stealing the blood, the life of Iraq from the citizens. No more. Name here. Thank you, name here. I wish I knew. Oh, wait a minute. No, it says God bless. Oh, I wish I knew who it was. Thank you. Thank you so much for your donation. Now, family, what we have here is something very unique. And to have it now in print, well, that just makes Walking Stick and I very, very happy. Look at this article. It says, in a quiet fire. Now, what do you think? The translations for articles sometimes can be a little difficult. And that's why I want to go over this tonight. And there is one other thing I want to point out. Look at the color of this article. What color did I give you? The whole article is solid red. In fact, I thought they were going to assign me with red tonight, but they said no, it's actually red, blue, and gold. In a quiet fire. A quiet fire. I don't know. Was it Shemek and Abednego and was it Meshach? Those three guys that went into the fire. That's the only place that I can see that there would be a quiet fire because Jesus was there with them. What in the world? By the way, who's saying this? Let me see. The finance advisor to the Prime Minister, Mustafa Shirley. Oh, my goodness. So you're the advisor to the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq? Yes, I am. So the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq told you to put this out? Oh, my goodness, Jen. Vic did it again. Who is this man? Vic,
Ado?
well, yeah, I think it's Adu. I think it's, well, Ado.
Ado, probably. It's
Adu, yeah, I think it's Adu. Vic, I don't know what to say, sir, but one day when I meet you, I will bow to you and I will squeeze the toothpaste out of you with a big hug. In a quiet fire, there isn't anything quiet about a fire, family. There isn't. But what he's trying to say is that there has been a fire about the exchange rate concerning the currency of our country. And we've tried to keep it under, the table. We've tried to kind of keep it on the low side. I mean, there's speculation and things like that. But in this quiet fire, so ladies and gentlemen, a quiet fire is the monetary reform steps that have been occurring in the last 6 months of 2022. In a quiet fire, a surprising and important well, to be honest with you, no. Walking Stick and I, when we read this in a quiet fire, oh, that's brilliant. That's very well said. What happened? Well, a surprising and important No what? There's no surprise to this. You know how long they've been telling the citizens about this? I said, all year, sir. He said, that's right, Frank. Let's keep reading. In a quiet fire concerning the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar, a surprising and important statement by the Prime Minister advisor about changing the dollar exchange rate. Now, what have we been telling you? What is hot? What was the name of our last UB2B? What is hot in Iraq? Pancakes? The weather? The exchange rate of the currency of this country. It is a hot topic, regardless if they try to keep it inside of a quiet fire. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're telling me, surprise! What? We want to tell you guys that we're changing the exchange rate of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar. Well, that's not a surprise. I know. So what's up? What's up, homie? Tell me some more, financial advisor to the Prime Minister. Wow. What's your name? My name is Mazhar Mohammed Shaleh. Hey, I know you. You used to work with Dr. Shabibi way back. Yeah, well, you were under Dr. Shabibi, but Maliki tried to get Dr. Shabibi to steal money from the auctions, and Shabibi said no, so he tried to kill him, and he left. The United States protected him. Yeah, I remember you. You're a good guy. Okay, what's up? Well, we surprised the Iraqis. No, you didn't, but go ahead. We surprised the Iraqis about the possibility of changing and reducing the exchange rate of the dollar against the dinar. The possibility? Well, I mean, come on, Frank. I've got to use some words to protect myself. All right, keep talking. Chalet said and by the way, it's Saleh. It's not the other guy that chickened out and ran, okay? Wrong guy. Chalet said, and by the way, follow with me, okay, right here. Chalet said on the program, this was on Iraqi television, channel 1. Oh, it was everywhere. Al Mastar, broadcasted by Al Farad satellite channel this evening, quote, we need to cook. You need to cook. What are you, Iron Chef? I mean, what are you talking about? We need to cook on a quiet fire and monitor prices until the end of 2022. You know, our oil prices and our foreign reserves, stressing that a change in the exchange rate is possible, but it requires patience and careful study. What? Oh my goodness, we busted a gut when we read that one. Walking Stick was, I rarely hear the man laugh. He says, did you hear that? Repeat that, Frank. But it requires patience and careful study. Didn't you say on your UB2B Monday, didn't you say to Eddie, Frank, didn't you tell him, hey buddy, it's all right. You know it's happening. Be patient. We have become professionals at being patient, have we not? And I said to Walking Stick, yeah, I did say that. I wonder why they're telling you to be patient. They're saying that? You're going to read it, Frank. Key words. Okay. That'll make us look even better, huh? Yeah, but it requires patience and a careful study. That was the RV, Frank. That was the RV. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, recalculate, and that was the careful study that they did that is now entered into the RI, the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. He pointed out that there are fixed facts on the ground. What? There's fixed facts on the, what are you picking them up? I mean, they're all over the ground. What are you talking about? Was it the sandstorm that brought all these fixed facts? What is a fixed facts? A recalculated exchange rate that we've been using in a second set of books? No! Yeah. No! Yeah. Oh, by the way, time out, family. This whole UB2B is strictly in my opinion, okay? No! Yeah. Okay. He pointed out that there are fixed facts on the ground. Wink, wink. The exchange rate of the dinar to the dollar follows stability. You see, family, when you read that sentence, there are fixed facts, and then they follow up to the next sentence, and they're talking about the exchange rate. Well, that's what they're talking about. And they're telling you that the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar to the dollar follows stability. It does? Yeah. It is. Well, wait a minute. It follows stability? You guys already did this? No comment. All right, keep telling me. And it is not arbitrary. I agree. I agree. There's no reason to be arguing. In fact, today, an article came out and it said, no, this is not ever going to happen. No, the CBI is never going to lift the value of the currency. There's no change in the exchange rate. You know what? Shut up. Because it is not arbitrary with the Central Bank of Iraq and the citizens of Iraq. But rather a contract. You reading this, family? But rather a contract. That's constitutional. But rather a contract between the Central Bank of Iraq and the Minister of Finance. You signed on the dotted line. Give the new exchange rate. Because the foreign currency offers comes from the Minister of Finance 100%. Not from the GOI, from the CBI, which is the only source for it in the country. How many times have I told you, stop paying attention to the politics of Iraq. Stop paying attention to Parliament. Stop paying attention to Chalet and Maliki. All of these people. Don't read any of those articles. You don't see them in the final article thread. And if you do, it's just to point out that you need to avoid them like the plague. Continuing, Chalet added, but the central bank deals in dollars to maintain cash reserves and prevent inflation. What did we tell you on our Monday UB2B family? The CBI is still using the Iraqi dinar, yes, but it also uses its foreign reserves, and the dollar is one of them. I even said it uses the euro as well, too, at times. But they are soon to only use the Iraqi dinar. Why? It's because of contracts. It's because of drafts. But the central bank deals in dollars to maintain cash reserves and prevent inflation. That's why they're still using it. And the modern Iraqi financial history is witnessing cooperation and determining, that's a change, in determining the dollar exchange rate between the central bank and the Minister of Finance. Why? Because there was an agreement. Why was there an agreement? Because the Constitution demanded that this agreement be done of their currency. He stressed that the agreement with the Minister of Finance to set the dollar exchange rate for a period of 3 years, but changing it became a surprise. What, you're not going to take 3 years to change it? Of course not. Are you going to take all the way until October to change it? I don't know. But it was a surprise, the fact that we're telling the citizens of Iraq, there's a change in the exchange rate. And it is within the shock policy. The what? The shock policy. I love that translation. The shock policy. In other words, hey, citizens of Iraq, did we spend enough time these last 6 months telling you what's about to happen? Yeah. Are you in shock? We were. Are you willing to accept the new small category notes? Yeah. You're going to get them through the ATM in our banks? Yeah. Through your cards that were assigned to you? Yeah. You're not going to let this fail, are you? No. Let us have it. You can have the 30 notes. You can have those stinking notes. Please give us our new exchange rate and give us the new small category notes that you had talked about. You showed us pictures of the old notes and coins. Please. We are not in shock. And there are limits to the change in the dollar exchange rate. And it is not a political or populist issue. Got it? Got it, family? Got it? I really tire of people on my forum talking about the politics of this investment. There is no politics. It is only being done by Kazemi, and he's running that government. I'm limited, and I leave you at that. He's running this government. Let us continue to read. He noted that the first limited according to commodity prices and the markets, and at that time, the central bank will defend the stability of prices according to the reserves. Wait a minute. Family, we introduce you to your very first key word for tonight. The word is defend. Defend. If you remember our Monday UB2B that was just 48 hours ago, we told you, ladies and gentlemen, the Central Bank of Iraq is defending the new exchange rate with the education to the Iraqi citizens. He noted the first limit according to commodity prices and the market, and at the time, the central bank will defend the stability of prices according to the reserves. In other words, you're going to raise the value of your currency in order to be able to buy these products. You will defend your currency with your reserves. How much gold do you have? Enough to defend it, don't you? Yes, see, we do. Which is the highest in its history now. I know. And you're still at a program rate? No, we're not. Excuse me? It is the highest that we've ever had to defend. Our reserves are sick. And we have an encouraging surplus on top of that for the end of the year from 8 to 10% on top of all that. He stressed, if price and financial policies fail to defend the livelihood of the poor and social protection salaries, the central bank will intervene by raising the purchasing power of the central bank through its foreign reserves. And ladies and gentlemen, recalculated. Surprise! What? We can now defend our new exchange rate and introduce the new small category notes to the citizens of Iraq because they are not in shock and understand what is about to happen. They will use the currency. They will buy with it. They will sell with it. They will trade with it. It will add stability and security to our country, to our country's currency. It is logical that the physical policy has a package to defend the livelihood. You better believe it does. It's called the ATM machine. It's called the reserves. It's called you got a lot of packages to defend the livelihood, reveal the poor classes and social welfare, and compensate farmers for the differentials in grain prices. And the government maintains fuel prices and government services fixed. And this stability is a kind of support that rose to 15% of our GDP. No wonder you're number one in the Middle East. Your currency is about to be number one in the Middle East. And regarding changing the dollar, oh yes, talk to me. Was it a surprise? No. And regarding changing the dollar exchange rate, the Prime Minister's advisor said, everything is possible. Of course, everything is possible. And you know that this is possible because it's already become possible. Everything is possible. But we need patience. Oh, walking stick. Is that the key word? Not for you. Defend was the key word. I'll give you your second key word in a minute. Thank you, sir. And regarding changing the dollar exchange rate, the Prime Minister's advisor said, everything is possible, but we need patience in changing the dollar exchange rate in the event of high prices, and the physical policy is unable, and monetary policy is able to cover the dinar. Family, how much clearer can it get? These are the right people. This is Mustafa's staff. This is the CBI telling you, yeah, we're making a change, and actually everything is possible. We just need a little patience. Forget that. You know very well you've done it. You're telling the citizens everything is in print, and you're doing it to prevent and to combat the high prices and the fiscal policy against the citizens of Iraq. This is not a surprise. Okay. Noting that the food security law, it cannot secure the requirements, but it did, didn't it? Yeah, it did. In the event of an increase in prices, the central bank will intervene to preserve the strength of the to preserve the strength of the dinar against the dollar. Wow. Oh, Bacchus, thank you. Anyone else? Early. Oh, Cheryl Lee. Thank you, Cheryl Lee. Thank you, Bacchus. God bless you all. This is amazing. That's why this article, family, is solid red. This is only the second article that I've colored solid red. What did I call, what's my comment about this article? What am I saying here? On yesterday's UB2B, the only topic in Iraq is the monetary reform. Behold, KTFA family, behold. We can, well, here, very quickly, because we'll go over all these articles on our Monday UB2B. That's why it would, it behooves you to be a member of our forum so that you can read the correct articles. We put them up daily. All the other sites copy and paste them and take them to their sites, and that's fine. But look, changing the dollar exchange rate enters the political bidding in Iraq. This is another copy of this one with more information in there. Look at that. You got to read this and just thank God for what you're seeing. Now, like I said, I really don't want to go into these articles in depth, but very, very quickly, go to page 83, the next page, and take a quick look. Al-Kazimi, we have obligations that we must fulfill, and mistrust with others is not the policy. What do I say? Kazimi talks to the Iraqi citizens about their reforms, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. Look at all these blue dots. Kazimi comes out and he tells them what they're doing. Come on, family, read that. Final article number 1643. The central bank raises the financing needed for its development initiatives to 18 trillion dinars? 18 trillion. Family, Walking Stick and I would like for you to understand. The CBI is flooding the streets of Iraq with the education of the new monetary reform, of the new category notes, of the new exchange rate. But they are also preparing to flood the streets of Iraq with the new small category notes. Why? Because by doing so, it will overtake the 3-0 notes, and the citizens will start to use the new small category notes in great volumes. And this is the goal of the CBI. It has to flood the streets literally with the new small category notes now. And that 18 trillion dinars? That's a lot. Okay. Read it. Enjoy it. The central bank decides to increase development initiatives. Why? Read it. Final article number 1644. OPEC. Iraq is the fourth in the world in oil reserves. And what do I say? And soon to be number one in the Middle East with their currency because of the oil reserves. Final article number 1645. The central bank. Notice that this is all from the central bank. All from the central bank. We saved the economy. You what? We saved Iraq's economy from collapsing. Get out of here, Mustafa. How? Well, we have had a lot of agreements and tenders and contracts and services that we're doing around the world, and America contributed 40 billion of that. Really? That's pretty cool. Access to finance. It's not just the United States, family. The Iraqi citizens are having access to finance. Why? To flood the streets of Iraq with as many dinars as possible. Beautiful article. These are actually old pictures, but who cares? The central bank, the value of our development initiative reaches 18 trillion dinars. The CBI must pour in the new currency into the Iraqi markets, and that's the stage that they're at right now. Fascinating. Final article number 1646, a strong partner, America. I know, I just read the article where it looks like we're pouring into your country. We are working to develop the economy in Iraq and Kurdistan region. Yeah, and the reason why is to access to finances. United States loves Iraq, and so do many countries. They are all signing contracts, tenders, legal terms, everything with Iraq. Final article number 1647. A government advisor sets the date for spending. Let me do that again. A government advisor sets the date for sending the 2022-2023 budget from the government to Parliament. And what do I say up there, family? This is your second keyword for tonight. Family, the new exchange rate does not have to wait until October. We told you that on Monday. It is the budget that awaits the new exchange rate. It is the budget that awaits a new world rate. It is the budget and the world that awaits the Middle East, the World Bank, IMF, WTO, everybody that's got contracts with Iraq. They all await a new world rate of the Iraqi dinar. This is very important for the budget, isn't it? These two go hand in hand, don't they? Yes and no. The budget is waiting for the new exchange rate. It's waiting for a new world rate. And they set the date for when they want to do this. Not bad. Final article number 1648. Iran wants al-Kazemi to remain in his position, and the leaders of the coordinated frame group meet with him in Tehran in the presence of Ismail Quainin. Iran wants al-Kazemi to remain in his position. Really? Since when? Yesterday? Why? We finally figured out we lost everything. We watched Frank's Yubi-Tubi. So, Iran, did al-Kazemi come over and see you? Yes, he did. What did he say to you? You already told everybody on your Monday Yubi-Tubi. But go on, what did he say to you? He says that he's in control and in charge of his country, not us. What else did he say to you? We can work with Iraqi banks. We can work with the Iraqi government. We can work, but we got to do it through Kazemi. So Iran wants al-Kazemi to remain in his position because you made some deals with him. Laughing out loud, laughing out loud, laughing out loud. You don't have a choice, do you? Laughing out loud, laughing out loud, laughing out loud. But the reality is that there's nothing too humorous about this. It is a fact. And I'm very grateful to my Heavenly Father because I have been praying. I've been praying that Iraq would finally be able to release itself from the jaws of Iran. Behold. Final article number 1649. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq participates in the access to finance, family. This was huge. We haven't really had a chance to talk about this, but this is a conference in Iraq, and it was huge because of the people that were there. Obviously, we start with Galeh and Kazemi. I could care less about everybody else. Now, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq participates in the Access to Finance Conference. For what reason? In my opinion, for a new world rate that is explained in something called a package of measures to save the economy and economic institutions from a certain abyss. Wow. Wow. I mean, golly, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Mustafa Galeh, confirmed that the central bank continues to perform its roles prescribed by law in monitoring the financial and banking sectors. Yes, Frank, and the exchange rate. Wow. His Excellency said today, Wednesday, that the central bank is pushing the financial and banking sectors to greater horizons. A program rate is not a good horizon, I'm sorry. That's right, Frank. His Excellency added in his speech at the Access to Finance Conference, which was held at the Al Rashid Hotel with the participations of the public and private sectors. The public was there? Frank, we're educating the citizens. What'd you tell them? The Central Bank of Iraq has initiated a package of measures to save the economy and economic institutions from a certain abyss. Well, the program rate is why you're in an abyss. And you saved your country from the program rate? Darn right, Frank. The central bank made access to the finance possibility when it launched a number of qualitative and courageous initiatives that enable our society to feel safe through our initiatives that cover different and important sectors. That's right, family. Kazemi and Mustafa could care less about any of the politics. They kept spearheading through and educating and telling the citizens, we got you. We got this. Don't you dare fail us. Make sure that you use the new exchange rate and the new small category notes, your cards, your ATM machines. You got that? Yes, indeed. And the citizens know this. Eddie is going ballistic today. I mean, if the guy, I think he's on the moon right now. The governor clarified that the goal of enhancing financial inclusion and securing access to the financial and banking services to the community was one of our priorities that we are working on with short, medium, and long-term plans. And that access to finance is no longer a dream entwined with red tape. No politics. It's no longer dealing with corruption, Iran, and closed-minded hands. All you negative people that say it's never going to happen. But rather, it has become a national path in the work of the banking sector and institutions microfinancing. And it defends the CBI, Mustafa Kazemi. They defend the new exchange rate. And its defense has become a priority for the central bank and the banking sector alike, not just in Iraq, but the whole world. That's why every bank came to see the CBI in the last 2 months. Fearful, the central bank has embarked on a package. Well, you know what? I'm going to stop. This is a good one, too. Oh, my word. It talks about the packages and what they did to the citizens. And we're done. Move the camera, Tink. Oh, yeah, I know. I got it. Thank you. Yes, once again, I want to thank Terry Walters. Walters, is it? Yeah, Walters and Backus. Thank you. Thank you for your donations. For anyone that is that's doing that, it means a lot to my wife and I and those that we help. God bless you. Whoa, got bright on me here. No, it's okay. I'm just playing, babe. What time is it? Let's see what time it is. 7:15. That's when I wanted to stop. But unfortunately, I want to give you walking stick. We talked a lot today. A lot. And I will admit, I had a wonderful time with him. He's always very, very focused. And but today was a very cheerful day. We were laughing. We were laughing at the articles. Now, what I want to do now is talk to you and read some notes that I have. It's probably going to be about a good 15 minutes, so kick back, relax, and then we'll say goodbye. Yes, Tim?
Drink water.
Drink water. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can I burp?
No.
No? Okay. All righty, Pepe. Here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to still stay with this article, number 21, that was colored solid red. And in that article, as we mentioned, the representative from Mustafa of the CBI Chalet, who once was under Dr. Shabibi at the CBI, this man is good, and he's working with Kazemi and the CBI. Now, this final article, number 21, it's after the fact. Patience to do all the recalculations and to educate the citizens of Iraq. It's still going to require a long study? No, absolutely not. Those are statements that you read in the articles, but there's no basis for it. They're done. There's only one reason for the ATMs to calculate the exchange rate. As the citizens of Iraq go to take money out of the new ATM machines for the new small category notes, the ATM machines will calculate on a daily basis what the exchange rate is. And there's only one reason for the ATMs to be able to daily calculate the exchange rate so that the citizens get the exact amount that belongs to them. It's because the Iraqi dinar is about to float internationally. The monetary reform, it's not a political discussion, but they all have to stand shoulder to shoulder. And when you look at the pictures that these articles have, notice the kumbaya, notice the smiles, notice the agreements. They are all standing shoulder to shoulder, and whether it be all the three-letter initials or banks that are coming around the world, even Iran. Kazemi, can I play too? I told you that this would all happen. We're not sitting here bragging and being egotistical about it or prideful. We're grateful to God that He put together a team at KTFA that presents good information. I give all honor and glory to God. I just report to you. They are standing shoulder to shoulder at the Minister of Finance and the CBI now. And it is important because the people that are standing shoulder to shoulder are the ones that speak on behalf of the GOI. And they stand shoulder to shoulder with the CBI. I will admit, shoulder to shoulder is going to lead to something very important. A seated government. What's in print right now? What we read, that red article? It was not a surprise. We've been telling you over and over that this was going to happen, that this is what they would tell the citizens. What you're reading in print, Walking Stick wants you to know, it's not a surprise because it became a necessity. The articles that we read to you told you why they're doing this for the citizens of Iraq. Not for Iran or the United States or investors or anybody. It's for the citizens. It's a necessity, and it's also part of their constitutional law. I have a beautiful article that talks about the Constitution, and in the Constitution it tells you you've got to give the citizens of Iraq what's fair to them. And that's the amendment that they're implementing right now from their Constitution as the necessity to do this. The citizens have to make this work. If they don't have faith in the government of Iraq or Kazemi or Mustafa, they will not have faith in the new currency. They will not trust the monetary reform. The fact that they're all standing shoulder to shoulder and the citizens of Iraq are witnessing such events that have never, ever been present in their country tells them what's going on with their monetary reform. The end of the article, number 21, what it's talking about is that when the IQD becomes convertible in Iraq, and by the way, will the IQD become convertible? When they're Article 8? They are Article 8. I don't know. When? When it goes on an international float, it will become convertible. And at that point, then the CBI will infuse the new small category notes into the country of Iraq. The CBI will inject the new small category notes into the streets, into the hands of Iraqi citizens to defend, there's your keyword, to defend their exchange rate. And that's if they need to defend it. They really won't have to. But the fact that they can prove that they can defend their new exchange rate is impressive. The idea is when they go international, oh, and by the way, family, it's not just the citizens where the currency, the new currency and the new exchange rate is going to flood the Iraqi, the country of Iraq, but it's also through the tenders that have been signed by the government of Iraq with other countries and investors. It's also the contracts. It's the bids. It's the bank loans to the citizens. It's the drafts. So the idea is when they do go international and float their currency, the IQD will be within a 2 to 3% compliant as required. They are telling the citizens that the CBI has the means, an amazing amount of reserve and backing power. They have the means to defend their float, their exchange rate as it floats. All right. 5. Walking Stick and I want you to know that there are many articles that are coming out. It is actually a series of articles that are coming from the CBI and the Minister of Finance. Almost on a daily basis now, you're going to see these articles coming out about the monetary reform, about the new exchange rate, about the new small category notes, ATM, any way that they can educate the citizens. Many drafts they're all done. They're all signed, sealed, and delivered. And Kazemi and the GOI, they are releasing these contracts as needed. As needed. That's the economic reform. The economic reform in Iraq is exploding right now through these contracts that are being signed via the monetary reform that is being publicized. These are all line items. You got that? That's kind of important. Walking Stick, drill that. You see, many of these things that are happening, these contracts, these drafts, these services, to improve the economic reform of Iraq that's coming from the monetary reform, these are all line items of their monetary and economic reform. They're not line items of the budget, but line items of their two reforms. Things that they had to do, things that had to be accomplished. Walking Stick and I say, it is so good to see this, isn't it? Isn't it? It's so good to see all of this. Thank you, DJ, again. It is so good to see all of this in print now. Walking Stick said, yeah, finally. We've been saying this, but the fact that it's in print, Frank, yeah, it's only going to speed things up even faster. I said, you think so, sir? He said, Frank, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. They're moving at a very fast pace. I can't even keep up with our firm. I said, that's good. Walking Stick and I feel that the process is marching rather quickly compared to all of the wasted years in the past, ladies and gentlemen. The articles that you are seeing now are literally word for word of the sharing of our UB2Bs. Did you notice that the red article, then there was another article, basically identical to it, yesterday's red article, and then today, almost word for word? Why? Why would they put out the same article with a little bit more information? To re-emphasize the words from the CBI about the monetary reform. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you were given two keywords: defend. Defend the new exchange rate. They can. They did. And in doing so, it has created a new world rate. They are defending the monetary reform with a new world rate for the Iraqi dinar. I would like to add something else to that. It was given to me as a new world rate, but Walking Stick approved this. A new world rate equals to me and Walking Stick and I, a new world international rate. Family, their currency is soon to be convertible. It will be a new international world rate. It will float outside of the country with managed control of the exchange rate by the CBI. The rate will be bouncing all over the markets, Forex, wherever, as the IQD is used internationally to buy, sell, trade, all giving the new small category notes more security, more stability for the citizens of Iraq and the Middle East to use and trust in the government of Iraq, in the Central Bank of Iraq. This is very, very acute. This is very spot on, with clear details of what they intend to do with the monetary reform. These articles are being released as the line items are covered. That's the second time I mentioned that, the line items. Mustafa and Kazemi, is releasing these contracts in his country as the line items are covered, as they are checked off one by one. You going to do some oil work for us? There you go. There you go. Okay, sign the contract. Yeah. Shh. We'll take care of that. Don't worry. Okay. What you going to be doing for our country? All right, here. Let's make an agreement. All right. As soon as we raise the value, we go international. Okay, there you go. And that's basically what it is. One by one, they are checking off the line items of the monetary reform. And this is being done by Kazemi and the Central Bank of Iraq. The series of articles that are marching out will continue to explain to you all these line items. Did you have a good time tonight? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Papa, send your son back. Send your son back. Thy will be done in me, my family, your church. Give us this day our daily bread, that it would honor and glorify you. Lead me not into temptation. No. Please, don't. I don't want to deal with the world. I don't even want to be tested anymore. Please trust me. Please trust me. And forgive me for my sins. I sin, and when I don't even know I sin, that's become such a reality to me. Please forgive me for my sins by the ultimate sacrifice, your Son, Jesus Christ, the blood that was shed on that cross for my salvation, to be with you for an eternity. And it is in his name, by the Holy Spirit, that I thank you for tonight's conference call. Amen. 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 Yeah. Thank you kindly for being with us tonight, and all of you that contributed and helped us out financially. I really, really thank you. It means a lot to me. Vic, wow, Well, like I said, Vic, one day we're going to have family reunions. There's going to be 4 of them. One will be in Hawaii. One will be in the mainland. The other one, we believe it'll be somewhere in the European theater. And the 4th one, I still don't even know where. But when I come up to you, Vic, you'll know it's me because I slightly bow when I meet somebody for the first time. And then I'll give you a hug and I'll squeeze the toothpaste out of you. And I'll do that to all of you as well, too, because you're my brothers and sisters. Thank you kindly for being with us tonight. I'll be with you again next Monday.
No.
That's right. Next Monday it's... So you'll have yourself a wonderful 4th of July. And more than likely, we'll do our UB2B the following day on Tuesday. Okay? I love you. I love you all. And even if you don't love me, I only know to love you. I only know to love you. Y'all take care of each other. A hui ho until we meet again next Monday. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Are we leaving?
Yeah.
Is
kinda.
the conference call's over?
Somebody just donate.
Oh,
Okay.
Tom. Thank you, Tom. The conference call's over?
Yes, it's over. You
Well, that
can-
means it's cookie time.
No, you can eat dinner now.
Dinner.
Mhm.
Blah. I mean, can't I have cookies for dinner?
Nope. And you can't burp either.
And I can't burp beeper either. What's the world coming to? Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.